Hello, ladies, and welcome to Her Business Coffee Talk. If you're ready to scale your business globally, but English might be holding you back, you are in the right place. My name is Nina, and I will be your host today, and I'm so excited to introduce my guest, Irena Bukarica Davidović. Irena, welcome to Coffee Talk.
Thanks, glad to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. So we will start this chat with you. Your background is in IT and project management. So how did those skills translate into running Giftić? And what is Giftić?
Well, yes, I started in IT department in many companies. I worked in that area and I worked as developer, as a project manager, as product owner. So I changed a lot business and developer side. So that gave me like a whole picture of things and I understood what I want to do in the future. Because I led the team from a lot of people, I had those great communication skills. Also, I worked a little bit in recruiting, so all that went by to create my own business. And Giftić started as an idea that I saw like a gap in the market because I like all about Serbia and all about our heritage, and I think that in our market we do not have gift shops like with our domestic products, and I wanted to create something new where you do not have like Italian wine, Ferrero Rocher and teddy bears and those gifts you can find anywhere. And this is something priceless, and I wanted to create something creative, unique and personalized, and to support small businesses because I know how hard it is to start something on your own, and there are a lot of people who are creating and preparing something like products that we only have in Serbia, like Ivar, domestic honey and different products. So I wanted to be more close to the people who are coming into Serbia and for their clients so they can have a little bit taste of Serbia and to know our tradition and everything. So that is something that was really interesting to me. And when they say you're only packing it, behind every gift there is a lot of time, persistence and patience. So, and also a lot of communication with different people, and that is something that really meant to me from my previous jobs, because our one gift has like 7 different products, for example, and you need to communicate with 7 different producers, so it is really complex thing.
Yeah, I can just imagine. I mean, logistics only, how to get all those products and how to get in touch with all those manufacturers and producers. So maybe you can tell us more about your network and how you choose actually the providers. For example, companies or producers of wine or maybe Ivar that you mentioned.
Yeah, I research a lot and I use social networks for that, or if I heard from someone that something is good, that someone is making on their own, they have their own business, and we do all those researching, and those are like hours, days, months until you find something that is really good. And also I look into how does it look for the color to make sense, because when you get a gift it's not like something that is not connecting with one another. When you get a gift, so you can say what is this, and then you know, for example with pasta you have an oil, domestic and something like that, so you can prepare it. And usually those are social networks for that, because I think that at the end of the day, everyone who is running away from social networks, you cannot do that, because it is something that you nowadays is the best way for the marketing and everything. And to those people who are not using social networks, it is like from recommendation or on those markets that we have, like night markets.
Sorry to disappoint you, but you have to do your marketing on social media. Okay, and let's get back to the beginning. When you decided to do that big change, to leave a secure corporate job to start your own business. Can you remember that period? And what were you thinking? How did you deal with that insecurity that came later?
Well, yeah, of course, that is something that I I will never forget because I changed a lot of jobs and at every job I had security, but I always searched for something new because I always like to learn more and more. And when I realized that I want to start something on my own, is the moment where I realized that a lot of people around me are creating something new and working on their own. They have their own working hours. They can work from vacation. They can work during the weekend and resting during the working days. So I realized that it is really challenging, but I wanted to try. It was difficult, and I had like a support with from my family, from my husband, because we are now together in it and we're working together. We have now even a small team, and I think that without it I couldn't make it because we also gave up the jobs in the same time, so it was a really huge risk, but we wanted to try because, well, we're young. I regret not starting sooner, but I think now was the real moment when we started it.
I just wanted to ask you, is there anything you would do different, but as you said, you would start earlier?
Well, I would start earlier and I would choose on which problems and situations I would lose my nerves and my patience, because I think now that I lost it on many tiny things, but only that part, to be patient more and to start earlier, because I think that during the time you get that security and that you know that if today is bad, tomorrow will be better, and in a few months you can grow and be stable, and or even if you don't succeed at all, you can always try something new. So that is something that I would recommend to maybe my younger self.
What's next for Giftić? Like, do you have any big dreams or plans for the future?
Yeah, we want to open a shop because for now we have only online shop, and we want to people so they can come on site and choose whatever they like to create their own gifts. And at this moment they also can change things how they want it, but we want to have a shop and we want to go globally because different countries are interested in our products to show to their client, like maybe Montenegro, Croatia, or different countries to start there. And we already tried something new because we also opened an agency for the weddings, and then we also extended the gifts for the guests on the weddings. So it is something that is new, that is really popular now, and so we are expanding a little bit and testing the market because we saw that that is something that is really nowadays popular. And I think that the most important thing is just to listen to the market and requests from the clients.
When we talk about clients, you are in that B2B world. What challenges do you find, and like, do you have some kind of, let's say, recipe on how to stay consistent and stay sane? Because I know from B2B world it's completely different than working like with B2C, like with regular customers, and I know that it can get stressful with all the deadlines and communication and so many levels in corporation.
Yeah, there are a lot of challenges, especially in communication, because they all want it for yesterday, and especially for the New Year's part of the year, that is something that is really crazy. We even cannot answer to all the requests, and I think that the biggest problem is that they're not organized, and we want to answer to everything, to handle everything, but sometimes the deadlines are so short, but we always try to respect it. And I think that also something that is sometimes a problem is paying, I must confess, because we always pay in advance to all our people who are working for us and for the people who are producing products, and some companies have like, I don't know, 6 months or 3 months that payroll. So that is also challenging to us when you're small. It is something that I can say every penny is important. And also because there are a lot of lines in B2B, you cannot only communicate with one person, someone needs to approve it, and it can last like few weeks, and during those all weeks you can pack like hundreds and hundreds of gifts, and until you get that final answer, you waste time, or we can do something for us, creating something new. So I think that is the most challenging thing.
Yeah, suppliers are waiting for you. You are waiting for the invoice to be paid. I mean, I know it's the same with our B2B clients, and it's always that struggle. But I just guess that it's a B2B world, and we have to adapt because it's like the corporations work. So now, when we talk about your new business that you mentioned, it sounds related. I mean, weddings, gifts. I mean, it's for me like similar industry, but still it's completely different when it comes to clients, when it comes to the events and these occasions. So maybe you can tell us more about how did you switch to that event planning and organizing weddings?
Yeah, we got married last year and we organized all by our wedding, and we really enjoyed it. It was stressful, and we realized that we can help people with our ideas, and we wanted to start something like that. My husband had previously event industry experience, so it helped a lot for contacts and everything. I didn't have experience in event industry. I only had experience as a bride, and at that point I understood how stressful it can be. We opened the agency and started everything, and not only for weddings, but that is something like our primary. For example, for us it is really joyful that we can remove the stress from the people who are preparing some special day, even if it's birthday party or wedding party, because they only need to enjoy in that day, because we realize that on our wedding day that you have a lot of different things to think about, and you only want to party and enjoy and be with dear people. So that is something that we wanted to create and offer to other people, and it is really different because those are couples and you're facing with something totally different, with the nervous situation, with the brides, grooms that are having special requests, and gifts for guests are not so stressful. It is the easiest part of those organization days, but we really enjoy it, and we really are detail oriented, especially from working with gifts to everything to be colorized with the same color to make some. So it is challenging also, some deadlines are really short, but we really like it. And we connected it somehow with the gifts, so it makes sense again to work on both sides.
It's great when you can connect these two, and somehow it's not, for example, IT, IT and gifts. I mean, even that we could find some connection if we wanted, but I guess that like you can match these two and use what you already know and all your experience into building that new business that you actually made because of a personal decision and personal experience. And in my experience, it's always much stronger when you personally feel your client and when you know their struggles. And for example, bride, you know what it is like to be one, you know what you can expect, what are the challenges, and you can prevent it in the future, especially if you both enjoy it, as you said you do.
Yeah, and also for that IT part of my life, I also connected it with all the organization that I did, even if it's not the same, but because I also planned projects and for the teams some tasks, it also make me like to be more responsible, more organized in a way, and to respect deadlines and everything. So I like to connect it also with that part of the life.
Yeah, you did some kind of knowledge recycling. You used everything you've got, and yeah, I think that's great. And I think we should always look for those things that we can implement in different types of life, business, or whatever. And I just want to mention this, not to forget, your English is really good. As I can hear, you're fluent.
Thank you.
You sound confident when you speak English, that you don't overthink your words. So if you can tell us just how did you get here? To this result?
Well, I learned English in my primary and secondary school. I always liked it, and I watched a lot of TV shows without subtitles. That was like something that I even today I'm watching, especially on Netflix, because I think that the most important is when you're hearing it, and also the music and everything. And on my faculty, for example, I rusted and I didn't use it a lot because all the exams were in Serbian, books were in Serbian, and I studied a lot, and I used it only when I was traveling. And then when I started working, I felt really insecure because I had my superiors who were foreigners, and then I turn around again to my English classes, but conversational and business English. But I never liked business English, I must say, because it was boring in some way, but I needed that conversations, and I really enjoyed it, and I started talking. As you said in some of your podcasts, that I think that the most important is that you talk and you don't overthink it, because I think that when you are trying to sound more smarter, you sound bad, because I think that you can speak using regular words and everything, and to be understood. So I really had that obstacle to, I don't know, to make presentations, to speak in public, but over the years, I'm now using it every day with some clients and everything. So I think that talk, listen, and even when you're watching, just to put subtitles in English, just to read it, and everything is really important for that.
I totally agree with all the advice, and definitely practice is number one. Practice makes perfect, but still we don't even want to be perfect. What you said, like, simple is better, regular words are okay, totally fine, and you don't have to sound super smart. Smart is enough. And what you said about business English, for me too, yeah, it's so boring, and I never liked that part of learning. That's why I created English for Business Women, where we talk about sales, marketing, branding, positioning, and not that boring stuff about meeting vocabulary, or maybe emails. I mean, I even have email course, but yeah. So what I wanted to say, I know what it likes to learn things that are not important, and we just need the basics with a little bit of improvement. That's enough. And our final question for today. So if you could give one piece of advice to someone who's thinking about turning their hobby into a business, what would it be?
Well, I would say so they start immediately and to not think much, because there is no perfect moment to start. You will always find something that will stop you, and you will be in a mood like, okay, I can try then in a month, in two, and the years goes by. And I think that is something that I really think it's great to say, that even when you move forward, then you go back immediately. You don't need to give up, you need to be persistent, and even if the people around you are telling you no, that is not smart to do, wait, it is risky, just listen to your instinct. And I like to say, even if you go back, you can always run and be the better around all the businesses around you. So I think that you just need to believe in your instinct, and even if the instinct says that you don't start now, sometimes you can go over it and try, because at the end of the day you can always go back where you were. So I think you cannot lose anything.
And you have to test, as you said, you have to test to see what works and what doesn't. So believe in your instincts, or even don't, just do it as soon as you can. Thank you, Irena, so much for this business coffee talk. I really enjoyed, and I hope you did too. Ladies, that's it for today. Don't be shy. Come say hi on Instagram, Her Business Coffee Talk, where we can help you grow your business and boost your English speaking skills. Until the next episode, let's coffee talk.